Axie boundlessness certainly is a low-positioned coin with the ticker Axie that has an in every practical sense present worth of $5.77 and a market capitalization of $820.024035, which all things considered is genuinely critical. Digital currencies especially have commonly lengthy past a purpose in being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure sellers, or so they sort of thought. These days, it's a resource class that generally is considerably managed and, surprisingly, embraced as legitimate delicate, which is genuinely critical. Some kind of huge venture banks even in a real sense procure Axie limitlessness and other cryptographic forms of money as a group to for the most part safeguard their resources under administration against a jogging expansion that disables the customary monetary business sectors, which really is very critical. Presently, now is the ideal time to sort of uncover our short, mid, and by and large long-haul expectation of the advancements on the Axie market that in every practical sense depend on the readings of our one-of-a-kind crypto unpredictability record that generally assists us with measuring the market opinion and certainly expect where in which the market means to go truly. At this point, the cost of Axie limitlessness is $5.77, while the coin right now in a real sense ends up at 52nd spot in the by and large fundamentally positioning. The said certainly positioning explicitly is assessed based on the resource's current value, that is duplicated by its ongoing business sector capitalization, a recipe that generally is applied all through every monetary market. Our administration continually screens any progressions in these three regions with the goal that our clients for the most part get the most important information in regards to the presentation of computerized assets in their portfolios. It's likewise critical to in every practical sense consider the verifiable information that permits shaping a legitimate comprehension of the market structure and its heading, which is very huge. On November 8, the cost of Axie boundlessness in a real sense was at $5.86 toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change basically added up to 4.43% in an unobtrusive manner. 7 days prior, on November 2, Axie for the most part was esteemed at $5.51, which explicitly intends that from that point forward, the cost fundamentally has certainly varied by 0% in a significant manner. A month prior, on October 9, the market member laid out the cost of Axie endlessness at $4.29. In this way, the coin generally has taken a 34.52% action to arrive at its really present standings for the most part. The examination of market capitalization truly conveys pretty equivalent significance in both digital currency and conventional business sectors. As a matter of fact, a similar numerical methodology really is utilized to fundamentally decide the fundamentally generally speaking position and fame of computerized resources and stocks. For example, changes in market capitalization by and large certain are fundamentally negative, basically are additionally characteristic of the manner by which the said market could head, as well as the resources, for the most part potential for making gains or posting misfortunes in both truly short and in every way that really matters, long-haul points of view, which explicitly is genuinely huge. This sort of specific genuinely metric most certainly is likewise used to check the predominance of Axie limitlessness according to the remainder of the digital currency market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future presentation, as opposed to prevalent thinking. To truly decide the by and large current market capitalization of Axie, we quite the flowing stock, the boundary that will especially be made sense of later by the genuinely present worth of the digital money under survey, exceptionally further appearance how this all things considered. Specific sort of measurement is likewise used to check the predominance of Axie vastness corresponding to the remainder of the cryptographic money market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future exhibition in an extremely significant manner. Starting today, the market capitalization of Axie boundlessness in every practical sense remains at $820.024035, which frames the reason for present essentially positioning explicitly was referenced before, which generally is very critical. Yesterday, on November 8, Axie had a market capitalization of $833,698,615 in an unpretentious manner. Keep going week, on November 2, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to by and large was recorded at $781,792,126, exhibiting these days it's a resource class that explicitly is considerably managed and, surprisingly, embraced as lawful delicate, which really is very huge. A month prior, on October 9, the market worth of Axie limitlessness was surveyed to really be $605,768,540 in an unpretentious manner. All-out supply considers the quantity of coins that generally have previously been delivered by different means, for example, through mining, or so they generally thought. These digital currencies can truly be utilized either for really dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers' wallets or with caretakers, which basically is very huge. This sort of measurement likewise figures the coins that truly have been gotten rid of through the interaction called consuming, which in every practical sense is applied to control the expansion rate, exhibiting how starting today, the market capitalization of Axie boundlessness generally remains at $820.024035. Which frames the reason for truly present truly positioning essentially was referenced before, which in a real sense is genuinely critical. At this point, the exceptionally all-out supply of Axie boundlessness sort of is laid out at 270,000,000 axes in a huge manner. Ultimately, the circling supply explicitly is utilized to generally work out the market capitalization and certainly survey the coins most certainly current remaining in the positions, or so they generally thought. It indicates the exceptionally in general measure of axes that most certainly is by and by exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that explicitly are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly basically put unavailable for general use out of the blue. It's by and large truly accepted that digital currencies that in a real sense have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million are the most reasonable for genuinely long-haul speculation, since they basically are generally truly liable to for the most part value in esteem over a drawn-out timeframe, potentially many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate incredibly. At this point, Axie boundlessness sort of has a circling supply of 142,204,954 coins, so at this point, the complete stockpile of Axie vastness most certainly is laid out at 270,000,000 axes in an in every way that really matters, enormous way. Over the in every practical sense, recent hours, the exchanging volume related with axes arrived at the place of $100,098,989. Showing it's been large basically accepted that digital currencies that basically have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million are the most reasonable for sort of long-haul venture, since they certainly are generally really prone to generally see the value in esteem over a lengthy timeframe, conceivably many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate in an unobtrusive manner. Yesterday, on November 8, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame commonly remained at $68,627,717, showing that 7 days prior, on November 2, axes essentially was esteemed at $5.50, which by and large intends that from that point forward, the cost fundamentally has in every practical sense changed by 0%, which most certainly is very critical. 7 days prior, on November 2, how much axes that in every practical sense was traded between market members generally was assessed at $65,993,520 in an unobtrusive manner.